What's up, everybody? Welcome back in the basement after 2 weeks worth of Comic-Con episodes, and we're just about finally relaxed after that. And
although none of us have seen Steve since Comic-Con, and if you know where he is and you've seen him, just please tell us to call. We miss him.
We're putting him on the back of milk cartons, man.
We put him on the back of milk cartons, signs. He's plastered all over Williamsburg. No one knows where he is.
No one. Just right here. Oh, thank God for this camera. Okay, please work, please. Please work. Wait. Oh. Shh. Oh. Oh, it worked. Alright. Hey guys, it's Steve from the basement here. Thank God I found this camera and this light. I don't know what I do. And all I remember is I was at the convention. I was talking to Spider-Man, and he gave me some candy. And then I don't remember anything after that. And then I ended up here. And boy, the weird dreams I had, I'm not gonna even tell you what they were about. But I was up for a couple hours, wondering where the hell I was. I thought maybe I was paralyzed. I did come across these comics, and I've been spending hours, actually days, touching them, trying to figure out if I knew what they were, counting the pages, think that maybe it'll eventually turn to Braille so I can figure it out. Needless to say, I was wrong, very wrong. It's The Walking Dead by Robert Kirkman and Tony Moore. Great series. It follows a cop named Rick who gets shot into a coma, and while he's in a coma, the world is infested by zombies. And when he comes out of the coma, he realizes what's going on. He sets out to find his wife and child, who was protected by a cop friend of his, and he goes out to find them. And when he finds them, he finds all these other people who are also in hiding from the zombies, and then they form almost like a communal family type of thing. And it's really good. And then they set out even further to find food, and they send this guy out for food. And so it's a really good story, really good story. It's still ongoing. There's plenty of trays. And Adam really turned me on to this. It's great art, great writing, great everything. And wait a minute, now that I think about it, must be strange that a comic book that Adam recommended to me is here. I wonder if that explains where I am and why I'm here. I really hope not. Another book I found, Books of Doom, which is what Pete recommended to me. Another clue. But Books of Doom is superb. It follows, obviously, Victor Van Doom. Life growing up in Latveria, then eventually the death of his mother, the eventual death of his father, him going to America as a scientist, going back to Latveria to take it over and depose the king, and then eventually becoming a madman. It was a really great story. I recommend it. Beautifully drawn. The writing is great. Brubaker, as Adam would say, kills it. Just a great, great story. And if you could find it, get it, and then cherish it, and then read it again. Another thing I found in the dark was this little book, which is Filler Bunny. It's a great little book. It's a really small size, but it's funny. Vasquez is insane. In a good way, but in a purely good way. And this particular one, if you can find it, is only $2.25. That's like 45 nickels. The low price of 45 nickels. How could you go wrong with 45 nickels? What'd you say? What's that, sir? That comic only costs 45 nickels? Sold! But I think that's it. I really hope. I don't even know how I'm gonna get this tape to somebody on the outside. I might have to just hold on to it and wait, which if I'm going to do that, then this is kind of pointless, but I don't know what I'm going to do. But if I don't make it, at least they find this documentation of these comics that I reviewed. And I just hope everything works out. I hope I return somehow to the basement. But guys, Pete, Adam, Ramon, if you find this, Please help me. I don't know where I am. I'm not sure of my longitude and latitude. But just, you know what I'll do? I'll just start screaming. Follow the screaming. Alright, ready? Here we go.
Steve, where are you?
And if you've got hookers, can you come back with them? I love you, honey. Please don't watch this episode.
We got 3 weeks worth of comics to cover, and we're going to try to blitz our way through this as fast and painlessly as possible. Just giving you the ins and outs of all the really important stuff that you needed to see. And I guess we'll start with something this week. Was Iron Fist 14 finally concluded the Capital Cities of Heaven arc. Really well, I might add.
Dude, this was like
what a trade.
You're a fucking dimwit, man.
This is like 7 books. I mean,
dude, listen to me. This issue was like, what if Jesus and Awesome had a baby, and that baby shit little solid gold muffins? It was the baddest fucking. It's one long fight scene. How the fuck
really
can you
is.
like that? How the fuck?
I'm not saying I don't like it, but I'll just wait for it to be all collected.
Okay, listen.
Then
I'm going to show you one scene.
Issues.
I'm going to show you one scene that makes you a fucking retard. Just one scene, and you had nothing to do with it, except for the fact you didn't read it, which makes you a fucking retard. If I can find it.
I'm curious to know what scene this
Seriously.
is.
This is the scene where the rabbit shit gold baby muffins. What do you think? I came up with that by myself?
No, you did not. That's very true.
It's in here.
Well, Adam's
here. No, found it.
Oh.
Ha ha ha! This scene right here, fan-fiddly fucking tastic. What other comic book has the following fight moves? 88th Son of War, Choking Wind, Stomping Giant, Slap, Bastard's Black Heart Crusher, Mistress of All Agonies, Hell's Last Tsunami, and they're all like labeled like something out of Street Fighter.
No, it's like Mortal Kombat, man.
Mortal Kombat.
It's awesome.
You're a fucking fool for not buying this, and you're a fucking fool if you haven't bought it yet. Do not wait for the trade. If you just cop this issue for the ass kickery, you will have succeeded in your life.
But you know what? Kung Fu like has crazy names for moves like that. Like the White Ape offers a cup of tea. I swear to God.
So what are you making some sort of a?
No, like
are you calling me a fucking ape?
No, not at all.
God.
You'd possibly be a silverback if you were an ape after all.
I wouldn't argue that, and I think my wife, who's seen my gray, hairy, silver shoulders, would actually agree with that too.
Love the image.
No.
You're gonna go home loving that. Don't act like you won't. I know you. You're a Randy.
Honestly, we all felt like Iron Fist was kind of dragging out, and it just totally made up for that double-sized issue 14 and the arc concluding. And there's a couple of brain teasers in there that you know that they're gonna start off the next arc pretty strong, and you know they got a lot of story ideas. We're just waiting.
The
to
one
happen.
thing I would say is that this was the end of I think Brubaker's run. After this, it's just Matt Fraction. I'm a little hesitant. I've read Matt Fraction solo books, and sometimes he just gets a little too bug-fuck crazy for his own good.
Basura?
We'll find out.
That means garbage.
He learned it Spanish.
Yeah, I did. Back in high school.
Immortal Iron
Mr.
Fist
Frank, you're awesome! Go on.
and dead. Do you feel better about
He's
that?
not dead,
You
man.
don't know. Listen,
haven't
stuffed
seen him
and put in a
for
chair is not the same as being alive.
This is why I need Steve
Very
here.
true.
This is why.
Immortal Iron Fist. It is the end of an arc with an exclamation point. We highly recommend it.
Yeah.
Moving right along, we have.
Speaking of
a book
things
I
we
didn't
highly
read.
recommend, Thor: Ages of Thunder, man.
Great book, and if you didn't read it, you're a retard.
Yeah, if you missed this one, you
I read
missed
it.
a
What do you think? I
great
didn't
Thor
read it.
story.
I read it.
You didn't buy it.
I didn't buy it. Doesn't mean I didn't read it.
I read it.
This is a bloody fuck book, man. This guy's hammer goes through more fucking troll heads this issue than I've ever seen,
Yeah, it's
ever.
sweet.
And
You would think he's got a
his other
44
hammer goes
Magnum.
through a lot of blonde heads, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Thor's a straight up pimping this.
Thor gets super pooned throughout this entire fucking book, and chops off heads, and there's some sort of weird brothel thing with a blonde and giants. And truthfully, this is a Matt Fraction book. There's a lot of very weird shit that happens in it.
You know, this is a standalone book, and it does say to be continued at the end. There's going to be other
One-shots.
standalone one shots that are going to coincide with this, but you can easily pick it up just on its own and really enjoy it, back to front. It's non-stop action. Thor is a
It's
serious
like Conan, it's like an
badass.
old Conan book.
Absolutely, it's Conan if you had a 44 Magnum and started blowing people's heads off.
I'll actually go with that. That's a good analogy. It's a really fucked up book. I actually enjoyed it. You nasty motherfucker.
Oh, this is a
What the
surprise.
fuck is-
Why does my birth surprise you?
I don't know, but the fact that each time it smells progressively more like you're gonna shit out of your mouth.
Like that sounds
Every fucking time. Like a fucking turd. is gonna
He
fly
sits
out.
on his food. He really does.
But speaking of shit,
turds.
speaking of turds, it ended
What
bad.
a great lead in.
It started badly and it ended badly. And now I know what it feels like to give
Can
birth.
I just say it didn't
Only
immediately
because my
start bad
asshole
because that was an
this-
awesome Joker cover back in
the
issue
covers were
50?
great.
No.
And if
the
that was
story
the start,
sucked.
okay,
My
but
shit it ain't. My shit.
if the cover of the Joker was the initial start, it started good and then immediately got sucked.
Yeah.
Whatever. Listen, all I know is I have these sitting
I'm
in a
sorry.
box. These are sitting in a box that smell like rat shit if you mixed it up with a little fucking alcohol and set it on fire.
We're gonna do that at the barbecue episode.
Oh,
Coming
just okay.
soon.
So what we're talking about is this. Countdown ended last week. I thank. Listen, we got Catholics, we got Jews, we got agnostics. All of us are thanking God this ended. All of us. From beginning to end, it was shitty.
It was.
The only points I'll give it is for consistency. That
Consistently shitty.
consistently shitty.
DC owes me $155.48.
You bought them all?
Yeah.
You
Fool you.
See?
I'm consistent, you know?
You're consistently retarded.
I was hoping it would lead to some shit, but this doesn't even connect to the crisis.
at all. You could have
At
bought.
all. You don't need this shit for the
You could have
crisis.
picked up this.
Which was good.
That was
DC
it.
Zero.
And it was fucking free.
Well, 50 cents.
No, it
Midtown
was
Comics
free.
was giving it away for free, and thanks Midtown.
I went to Forbidden Planet, which was a mistake because, as you can see, we have a stack of flyers here. Because the dickbags at Forbidden Planet will not let us leave flyers at this store.
Not for nothing, don't even go there because there's like just their issues are so haphazardly strewn about. They don't care about the comic
Yeah.
books. They'd rather deal with import toys.
And I am
bullshit.
waiting to find the day that somebody is in that aisle, like right between the old issues and the new issues and
Yeah.
the toys, just caught beating off. There's a lot of fucking freaks that end up in that store. Not me though. I don't beat off in comic stores anymore.
So, yeah.
But DC Universe Zero, Grant Morrison, Jeff Johns, a bunch of different artists.
A bunch of different teasers about what's going to happen in DC in the near future, in the next couple of months.
So if you skip every single issue of Countdown, which we not only recommend, but we endorse you skipping them, just pick up DC issue 0.
Yeah.
It'll give you everything you need.
And if you did catch the Daily News this past week, this issue is narrated by someone you haven't seen in a very long time. We're not going to spoil anything for you. Chances are you know by now.
Grandma?
Yes.
I miss Grandma.
Yeah, me too.
There is a great little sleeper thing in here about the various, what is it?
Spit it out, Skip.
Oh, the various Lantern Corps. They have a big thing in here with
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
nice
They actually go
double-page
to the Black
splash.
Lantern, yeah.
really, really fucking cool, man. I'm
Yeah.
actually really, but leading
That's
into that,
the only good shit coming out of DC.
it is, and leading
If it's
into it is
related. Green Lantern.
continued origins of Green Lantern, which
How was that book? I haven't read it yet.
I
picked
hated
it up.
issue 29 because I'm sick and tired of rehearing Hal Jordan's fucking origin.
Right.
great.
But this
presentation.
connected Abinsur's death to The Blackest Night, which comes out next year. So all this drama with the other corpse. And I'm
Which,
like,
if you read that Alan
sweet.
Moore story that you got in that graphic novel, you knew that that Alan Sir knew something about
Right,
the
but
Black
this
Knight.
fleshes it out great.
Really?
It fleshes it out
It really
great.
does.
I didn't like the last issue. 29
like it.
kind of sucked.
No, I'm with
Kinda.
Ramon. We all thought
This
it was going to be another
was-
stupid
no,
origin
this was fun.
shit.
This was really much more fun. You get to see young Hal Jordan first time with his ring. It's pretty fucking. It's a good ride, man. It's a very good ride.
I'm going to read it, but as soon as you guys get the hell out of my basement, I'm going to go upstairs and read it.
Yeah, is that your new euphemism for rubbing one out once we're out of here?
Nah, honestly, comic book boobs, it doesn't do it for me. No, it's weird. I think
That's
people
not what
that
you said
really...
at Comic-Con.
No, that's what he said at Comic-Con.
That's true. I get you confused. You do look alike.
It's true.
Yeah, it happens. Yeah.
The other book that I seen Hal Jordan in recently was Brave and Bold, which I bought on your recommendation.
Yeah, and you know what? Number 12 honestly paled in comparison to the first 11. This was a piss poor way to end it.
You notice that? I really, it culminated badly. I picked up the
Yeah, it really
passages
did.
because you recommended it.
And you enjoyed them, right?
Yeah, they were fun. I mean, it's basically Brave and the Bold. It's a classic team up book.
Yeah.
And it's been great. There's been a really good continuity. They tried to have this big arc, but it really
just
fell flat.
not thrown together well. And
No.
you know what? I think honestly half the problem with this came out about a week or two ago, and if you look through this issue, there are no splash pages. There's no dynamic
Right.
holy shit moment. And it
no, they
needed
do.
that for the conclusion of
They
an arc
do
this big.
but they do. They have a couple quick pages in here. With Firestorm showing up and Metamorpho showing up, but
but they're only 3/4 or half
yeah, like
splashes.
this, yeah, and they're really not. There's no drama to it.
right.
You're not
it just
really
reads along. And you're like, whatever.
if you're gonna get this, get it as a trade so that you're not missing anything. It's a conclusion, but it's sort of a sad fucking conclusion. The rest of the stories are really great though. which
And
is
you know what? I
ruined it for us.
expected
more
this guy Magistus to look a bit more evil.
as opposed to a reject from Haight-Ashbury, 1968. Randy not winning.
Feeling that handlebar mustache, right?
What the fuck was that, man?
Why those Wright brothers goggles?
Yeah, I know. It was really bad, dude. But you know, the rest of it was very good. And if you want to pick it up in a trade, they're probably gonna have this collected within the next 3 weeks. Yeah. And you know what? I'll tell you the one thing that bugged the shit out of me was they had to make some mention of Crisis in this.
Yeah.
You know, I understand.
Oh yeah, at the end of it, he was like, "We'll just spoil it for you." Magistus was all like, "I was doing this to help you."
Yeah, it's
There's
really
a crisis coming. I was trying to help you. Whatever.
It's supremely chump. Speaking of supremely chump, we're segueing into Marvel Land finale for Ultimate Human.
You didn't like it?
I am usually, you know, a pretty big fan of Warren Ellis. This was a really weak ending. And it feels like the whole story, you know, the third issue was the whole origin of the
Right,
leader.
that was so hard to get through.
It was all dialogue. I really feel like this entire story was a 2-issue arc that they managed to fucking smear out over 4. It wasn't good. It wasn't really fun.
I agree. The first 2 issues were a lot better.
You know, yeah, it started out strong, ended really fucking weak. You know, again, I attribute this to Warren Ellis spreading himself thin. The guy works on fucking like 32 titles lately.
Seriously?
Another one of which we'll be reviewing after this. Some of them kick ass.
You read them all, don't you?
Not all. Some of his shit really gets on my nerves. Actually, one of the book we'll be reviewing later. I'll tell you the pros and cons of it. But Ultimate Human, if you're a Warren Ellis fan and a completionist, and you got to have every fucking one, pick up the trade. Do not pick this issue up. On the other hand, what also ended recently, but was fucking monstrously good, was Annihilation Conquest.
I'm still kicking myself in the ass for not having read any Annihilations. I know.
You know,
You mean the first one?
Nah, I didn't read it.
Really?
Nah, I didn't read it.
You're fucking up, man.
I know.
For someone who likes the like cosmic shit, like
I know.
you make me sad, Pete.
I know.
It was sweet. It was
You're not-
sweet. It ended.
I've been yelled at by a lot of people.
You've been yelled
I know.
at by Tom the fucking Falco, dude.
Can't beat that,
That's
man.
kind of a fucking screaming indictment as a comic.
If you check out my eBay segment later on, Tom, I did read a lot of your issues. The one you referred to in the interview was before my time. I'm sorry, man. I'm only 27. I wasn't reading Spidey at the time. I'm sorry.
Anyways, Annihilation Conquest ended on a really fucking good note, man. It was kick ass from beginning to end. It was the same kind of cosmic kick assery that we fucking have been talking about.
Anybody's throat get ripped out through their fucking larynx or anything?
No. Although that
larynx is in the throat. I'm sorry, that was a piss poor analogy.
analogy.
What?
Analogy? What the fuck language do you?
Analogy? What?
You know, this is why I don't fuck with Brooklyn. Anyway, Annihilation
Analogy?
Conquest.
What's the problem?
It's analogy, you fuckwit! Annihilation Conquest was the end of the second Annihilation series.
Yeah.
Great cosmic action in this. And, you know, a fair end to the arcs that have been going on in Nova. With the techno-organic bullshit. You see the return of a bunch of good characters.
Yeah,
Warlock.
characters. Warlock, Star-Lord.
Actually, both Warlocks. Adam Warlock and the other fucking one. The one from New Mutants.
Yeah. The new Quasar, a chick.
Rocket Raccoon looks like a badass on the
Rocket
cover.
Raccoon's hot. How can you not?
I think he's a great character.
Possibly because he got one of the top 10 queerest names in comic books. Rocket fucking Raccoon.
So he's obviously got to be a tough son of a bitch.
Apparently, because he sounds like
It's like like Johnny Cash is a boy named Sue. You got to be a tough bastard to get away with it.
Or someone who's into interior decorating, I guess. But either way, this one was a great end to the series, and it's a lead into the new Guardians of the Galaxy series.
Which is,
that's
I'm
gonna
really
start.
sorry I haven't read it. Are these guys the Guardians of the Galaxy?
It's implied that they are, except Nova was probably just going to be making cameos.
Ronan's not going to be in it.
Although apparently he's going to be making guest appearances. Guardians of the Galaxy has some really great shit. If this is anything like what the main series is going to be, Guardians of the Galaxy is going to be great. Lots of big action, lots of good combat. They said they are going to tie it in, however loosely, to the Secret Invasion stuff. I recommend it. Or you can wait for the trades.
I'm going to have to because I haven't read Annihilation or Conquest, so...
Well,
I know I've been yelled at by several factions about this. And
if you like Green Lantern and you haven't picked this up, you're fucking up the money.
What I liked about it was it gave the Kree, another alien race, a reason to hate Earth.
Yeah.
Because Ultron was the main villain behind all this.
Yeah.
And, you know, all of the galaxies should just hate Earth and just pounce on them. Right now, only the Skrull are.
Yeah.
But who's next?
It's good shit, and also for Marvel fans, this really explores like the entire rest of the Marvel universe. Yeah. It's a fun book, man, and I highly recommend it. Another fun book, though, written by a guy that we interviewed at Comic-Con, Greg Pak, is Incredible Hercules, which I have not read this week because I'm a fuck up.
Yep.
But these two guys did.
This was really like a surprise hit for us ever since its inception a couple months ago.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And I haven't not enjoyed a single issue yet. This one is basically like a small tie-in to Secret Invasion where by the end of it, it's not, no real spoiler here. You see a bunch of different kinds of gods of different religions all banding together to take on the Skrulls because without humans to believe in these gods, they have no power and therefore cease to exist.
That's pretty.
So they're gonna have to defend the human race.
That's pretty deep for a fucking show.
That's pretty cool. I like that. I think that's a great idea.
The God Squad.
It's not the first time I've heard that
City, there's a
concept.
clique of 5%ers getting really angry over fucking trademark infringement.
Yeah.
That's not the end of there. But another part of Secret Invasion, big chunk, if you have not picked it up.
You are an idiot.
That was
New
a great book.
Avengers.
It was a great book. It answered so many
man.
damn questions. It left some more open.
It left more questions
But you know
than
what?
it answered.
But you know what I felt sort of like jerked by a little bit was that this to me felt like the missing issue from the Illuminati trilogy.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is the origin issue of Secret
Absolutely.
Invasion.
Right, which is a little right, and you should. This is definitely something you have to pick up. It's not something that you can skip if you're really going to
Yeah,
enjoy
you
the
really
Secret
should.
Invasion books.
By the end of this issue, you find out that the Skrull Empress is actually really heavily involved in the invasion. She's on Earth. She's disguised as what appears to be Spider-Woman.
Or could have been Spider-Woman. I'm speculating this is that she tried to get into Spider-Woman's pants and it didn't fucking work.
What if she did
Really?
get into
I mean,
Spider-Woman
everybody
and they
else
got Nick Fury too, and she's been talking to Nick Fury, Skrull Nick Fury, and they actually have Nick Fury captured.
Oh God.
I don't know. I think that's a little too much,
little too
especially because Mighty Avengers they show Nick Fury.
Yeah,
All
and he
his-
figured it out, and what if they got him?
I don't think they did.
No?
I don't think they.
You think he's going to emerge as the shadow hero? I know he's
I
going to
think-
emerge as the hero, but how's he going to do it?
Apparently,
He's supposed to
well,
emerge
apparently,
the Howling Commandos.
yeah, a new crew of Howling Commandos.
Really?
They're supposed to be
I didn't hear
badass.
that. That's interesting.
That's going to be badass. I think Nick Fury's going to come out as the baddest motherfucker of this
And
whole
Marvel's
series.
on point. They're bringing back the fucking Howling Commandos, and everybody's
And
looking
updating.
forward to it. They bring back
I agree.
Rocket Raccoon, and everybody's just crazy about it.
Yeah.
I mean,
They're really
DC,
doing-
learn from this shit.
Well, I agree. I think that they're plumbing the depths. So, they got this very rich background. They're plumbing the depths. They're reinventing characters as opposed to like just creating new fucking chump characters like half the stuff DC is coming out with lately. I'm really enjoying it, man. I think for once I'm really, really on board with
Next
Marvel
week, Secret
crossover.
Invasion 2, I can't
Well,
wait.
here, speaking of big revelations this
Oh.
week, Captain fucking Marvel.
It's a Skrull!
Skrull, and in the end of that book, Iron Man still thought he wasn't a Skrull.
I am going to tell you something funny. I wasn't even buying this book until the final issue. I picked up the final issue. You don't even need the rest of them. You don't
He
need
really
them.
don't. Yeah.
This was this could have been a standalone, and it was still fucking great. You find out at the end of it, Captain Marvel's been a Skrull the whole time. He didn't even know it. Something went
Yeah.
wrong with his programming. He's a deep fucking cover operative, but he's decided to side with the heroes
Because he's
anyway.
been a human for so long that he's thinking like one.
and he loves it.
And as far as he's concerned, he is the Kree Soldier Marvel, which I think is awesome.
Which is going to be really fucking interesting. I'm curious how it plays out because in the first issue of Secret Invasion,
He's standing outside. He's flying outside the Thunderbolt's office that he just blew the shit out of.
so you got to wonder: does he know something that they don't, and or is he there just to help? I mean, like it's going to be now. This is what I'm saying. They've done a really good job laying all these fucking Easter eggs out there.
Yeah.
And speaking of Easter eggs, mighty fucking Avengers.
Finally, the return of Nick Fury. Not the return,
This-
but you finally get to see him after 4 years.
Listen,
Oh, God.
Bendis is using the Avengers titles really fucking well. I wish we could see more of the actual Avengers in
Yeah.
them, but he's using them to great fucking effect. I mean, this is another issue that
you really do need to pick up.
It's if you're going to be following Secret Invasion, this is a have to issue because it covers the entire fucking Nick Fury side of this stuff.
You find out where he's been.
You find out why he went underground.
How he finds out about the Skrulls in the first place, and how he basically contacts
And
Spider-Woman.
you know what?
and
I'll
gets
tell you
in touch
something
with her.
that's equally great about these is the scroll sort of. I don't know what you call these. The
They
scroll
takes on the original
Scrolling
Avengers
covers.
covers.
Very
Avengers
fucking
number
nice.
4 in Mighty Avengers, and Avengers 1 in New Avengers.
Very fucking nice. Very good tribute.
Yeah.
Now this one I didn't read. I don't keep up with the title.
Yeah,
but let's see
Ramon,
if
this
we
was
can-
all you, Ms. Marvel 26. I didn't catch this one either.
See,
What
it
happened?
turns out, as you saw from Secret Invasion number 1, all the Avengers are in Savage Land.
Right.
So it turns out it's just her against anybody and everybody who comes at New York.
So
And
obviously
New
there's
York is
two
always
Ms. Marvels
getting
on
shit
this
on.
cover. There's definitely one of them.
Oh yeah, so right away she has to deal with another Skrull, which
Okay.
is imitating her. I think she defeats a Skrull in this, which irked me because she defeats a Skrull with the X-Men powers.
Really.
I actually tossed a
don't think
look
she's
through
supposed to be
this
that
at
powerful.
Comic Shop.
But
She's supposed to. Has she got like the power cosmic or some shit? Or she's got somebody the Nega Bands or something?
Something. It's a binary power.
yeah, it's some weird energy absorption and energy.
Okay, let me ask you this.
I don't know about
This
Ms. Marvel,
issue
but I
pick
played
up
Ultimate
one.
Alliance.
It's not a
pretty
must.
strong.
It's not a must.
I mean, Marvel's trying to sell her and make her bigger, so it's all right. I mean,
It's just all right.
Yeah, it's just all right. It's not a must like the Avengers.
Well, because the other issue that went in with this, in my opinion, that we didn't cover was Avengers Initiative, which actually has a guest by Ms. Marvel,
Right.
but it shows them introducing a whole new generation of heroes that have graduated the Initiative,
Yeah.
and including in there is one of them
Sorry.
Yeah, Thor Girl. That's a great name. I'm very pleased with that because Thor is a fucking male god of thunder.
Leave it alone.
Okay, whatever. Anyway, yeah, that's just my inner geek getting enraged. Everybody, all the guys who have been jerk-offs throughout the whole series get theirs. I'm not going to spoil it.
Yep.
But they graduate the class, and what's interesting is that you get a whole new generation of heroes, but also they reveal another Skrull.
Earth, human
Who,
friendly.
like Captain Marvel, has decided that I don't want to be a Skrull anymore.
And he's called Crusader, and he has this ring that is apparently a piece of cosmic cube. And they haven't shown his powers, but that could be some bad shit. But what's interesting is they have a bunch, like we were saying, a bunch of remixes of old characters in here. Yeah. Ultra Girl is dressed in the old Ms. Marvel uniform.
Yep.
Yeah. They have a new 3D man who used to be Triathlon. This is a great cap to the series, but it's also a really good tie-in for the stuff that's going on in the series.
There's probably going to be a hardcover out soon. If you haven't read Avengers Initiative,
great book.
Just
and the
the
artwork in this issue is by a different guy who subbed in for one issue. I'm trying to remember his name. Steve Oy. It looks like manga. Oi! We're leaving franchise land.
Yeah.
So the book I was mentioning earlier by Warren Ellis is Black Summer. It's put out by Avatar. Avatar is pretty much, at this point, an even split between Garth Ennis books and Warren Ellis for their big heavy hitters. Premise to Black Summer was, what if a superhero whacked the president after invading Iraq?
Should have been done.
We're nearing the end of the series. What you have here is the remaining members of the Seven Guns, or the Six Guns, who were the badasses of the universe he created in this, are under attack by government forces. It is, from beginning to end, a fucking amazing fight scene. It's just,
it's incredible.
If you thought what I was saying before about like what if Awesome and Jesus had a baby and that was the Iron Fist issue, if that baby went on to mate with Bruce Lee and they gave him guns, that would be Black Summer.
This is a bloody friggin' issue, I'll tell you right now. I just flipped through it and there's limbs getting just torn off people, man.
It's really, really, like, if you like action, he's doing it here. Warren Ellis, like I said, spreads himself way thin across a bunch of books. We talked about Gravel, the series that we were, that he also has that on Avatar. Great action stuff. Black Summer, great action stuff. My problem with it is, or maybe not a problem, this is just a gripe, is that Warren Ellis loves, he's got definitely his own brand of politics and shit, and I think, there's another one of those issues where it's okay, we get it, we're Americans, we're retards, I understand, we're dumb, we're stupid, we elected a moron, we're having, a war in Iraq, I get it, we get it, we're New Yorkers, we completely understand that the entire rest of the country is retarded, except for our viewers who are all super atomic mega geniuses with wonderful taste, and we love you.
Surprise hit for me 2 weeks ago was Jim Butcher's The Dresden Files, issue 1 of 4. If you're familiar with the character Harry Dresden, he's like a wizard who occasionally works for the cops and he solves all of these supernatural crimes that obviously they can't tell the public about and never make it into the CSI episodes. Basically, one of my coworkers has been telling me about the Dresden books for a long time, and it made its way to a really cheesy TV show on, I think it's like Spike TV or some shit. I never watched that, I never read the books, but having remembered all the times she's talked to me about the character and what's going on in the books and all about vampires and werewolves and all kinds of crazy stuff that, basically sparked my interest as an all-around geek. I decided when I saw this to pick it up, and it was a surprisingly good read. Nothing major's going on. There's some kind of wizard who's obviously out to kill him, and he's taking control of a bunch of animals at the zoo where there was some mysterious murder going on, and all of these animals are trying to kill Harry. You know what? It's only the first issue, and, don't expect too much out of it, but I liked it, and I would recommend you pick it up. It's only going to be 4 issues, so what are you going to burn, $12? Surprisingly good, actually. While he's still having a look at Harry Dresden, I'm going to talk about Flash Gordon. Now, I just made Ramon and Adam take a look through this. Brendan Deneen is publishing this. You saw his interview in our Comic-Con episodes previously. This book is surprisingly good.
Yeah.
I told you before how excited I was about it because I'm a big Flash Gordon fan. This book looks a lot like Joe Madureira's work. The guy was obviously influenced by him. It's very anime manga. You basically see just a quick preview of a battle between Prince Baron and Ming's forces. You don't see Flash yet, although you do see a sketch of him at the end of the issue.
But it does look good, though. When we say Joe
It's a
Mad
Ground Zero
stuff, when we
issue.
say Joe Mad stuff, it's not. We don't mean that in like a bad knockoff way.
No.
It actually looks pretty good. I'm not even gonna lie.
I was never not a fan of Joe Mad. I never read Battle Chasers just because I wasn't interested.
It gets a little over the top after a while.
Yeah,
I think that style is used to really good effect in this issue. If this is just a sample of what's to come, I'm really looking forward to what they're gonna do with the character.
It looks like it really holds true to the original 1930s concept of Flash Gordon and where they went.
but
with
updated
character
it
there.
visually.
I had the privilege of meeting one of the creators of this book, Spaztic at the Comic-Con. And, I bought a drinking game off of this guy called Escape from New Jersey, which was really funny. No, it's an awesome game.
I don't think you need to be drunk to play that game. I play that game whenever I cross the George Washington Bridge.
This book is nuts, people. If you're a fan of Johnny the Homicidal Maniac and things like that by like Yonan Vasquez and his ilk, you should probably look into this. You can find this stuff at AngryDrunkGraphics.com.
I actually flipped through it. The first 5 pages had me fucking laughing.
It's insane, man.
It's deeply fucked up.
This kid builds a cow out of meats that you buy at like Key Food. He just builds a cow. And for some reason it's alive, and it's talking to him, and it's got like a little gimp arm and everything. And like, I don't know how many fucking beers you have to have in what little amount of time to actually think this stuff up. AngryDrunkGraphics.com. Thanks, Mike. It was great talking to you at the convention. And Escape from New Jersey. I can't wait to get hammered and start playing it. That's about it.
Well,
that's 3 weeks worth of books in just about a little over a half hour.
And if you guys think we skipped anything, you can reach us at questions@PetesBasement.com or through the MySpace page, myspace.com/PetesBasement, or just let a few fires over in Maspeth. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
So thank you guys very much, and hopefully, real quick, you found Steve, and even if you have to send him back with some pieces, it's okay. We can put it back together.
Blood fire!
No, actually.
He's in there. He's like,
Fire pump crazy fun!
Yeah.
what he said. Pete peed himself. I can smell it. It smells like cheap whiskey and fucking Parmesan sauce.
How do you say the word W-O-N''T? How do you say it? Say it! Say it! I say won't. How do you say it? I say won't!
I agree with
I've had this argument before. It's won't! Won't!
What are you, fucking Canadian?
Won't!
Alright, Annihilation comic. Won't, you motherfucker! It is won't!
I get it, it was good, I didn't read
It was fantastic! Why are we so angry?
I don't know. Steve's not
Let's bring it
here!
back. All right,
I don't know anybody's birthday!
Steve was our moral anchor. What are we doing now? Look at us. We're a bunch of babbling
This is a
lunatics.
bunch of tomfoolery, what is this?
I don't. You look at him and you think, wow, that's my mother saying stop it.
You really got to pick up. It is just kick-ass cosmic action from beginning to end, and
With your characters.
What? What the hell was that?
Did you touch his wang? Not this time. Where's your hand? I don't see your foot. What the hell just happened?
He's going Amazing Fantasy 15 crazy.